Okay, thank you for tuning in. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast as well as my YouTube channel, Spiritual Sense. And in this podcast, I go over topics in regards to the paranormal, occult, and supernatural. So I speak on things such as hauntings, curses, uh, um, demonic possession, angels, spirit guides, curses, we pagan belief systems and practices such as Wiccan, witchcraft, hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Satanism. And so today's topic is going to be on tools to use in regards to the evil eye. I did do a podcast as well as a YouTube channel, a YouTube presentation in regards to evil eye and what evil eye was. Okay. So I am going to state that this podcast as well as this YouTube channel is for what? Entertainment purposes, okay? That means you come here because you have an interest in those topics. So I am, this is some, and I'm not going to show where I bought it from, but this is it's firewall oil, which is the same as banishing oil. I had a little bit of remnants of it, and I added some vitamin E skin oil to it for it, but it's a mixture of herbs, and you can take some more herbs. I got some herbs here that I've burned, which are hyssop and sage. So I'm just going to proceed to add it to here. And I mentioned that you can make your own banishing oil. You say a prayer, and then you proceed to seal it up. So I'm going to say, Father Supreme, being of all being, send protection around me to shield me from me and my family from any injury, harm, or danger. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, as it is said. It is so. I declare and I decree. So I've got the herbs mixed up, and this right here is something that I made. I made this. Let me say this. It's been a well over maybe a year now. So it should be good and fermented. It's peppermint oil. It was the first thing I decided to I'm going to add my peppermint oil to this as well. And you just make it your own. You say a prayer and take it, and we're going to seal it up. And I think what makes it so what is so relevant is it's your own. It's your own. Now I'm also going to add Florida water to those who have been listening in. Before I just started with my um, platform and presenting the information in regards to, um, my holistic health, the spiritual sense podcast, as well as health matters and talk radio. I did some research in regards to the spiritual sense. And so, Florida water, this is it. It has good spiritual properties to it. Whether you call it mind over matter, whatever you refer to it as, I'm just gonna put because it's very potent, so it does not require a whole lot. So I'm going to proceed to add that to my banishing oil. Now, Florida water, you can use Florida water to clean with. You can use it to put on your body. You can use it, in terms of this banishing oil as such. And I make my own floor wash. You can make Florida water to put in your bath. Like this right here, it can go in the bath, or you can use it as a floor wash. But I have my own herbs that I prefer that I add to. It's a couple more herbs that I need to get. And but it's really, really good in terms of cleansing and getting rid of negative energy and blocking certain spirits from interceding into your space is very, very good for that. Okay. So, so we're going to speak more or less on fiery oil or banishing oil, whatever you would like to refer to it as. Um, and I pulled up some information on banishing oils. I mean, you have several recipes out there for banishing oil. Excuse me. Now, Wiccan, from Wiccan is a practice that is done by way of rituals, herbs, tonics, teas, and things of the sort. But it's all in what you make it. If evil it will be, then evil it shall be. I'm not a person that's big on spells. Like I'm not a person that I'm gonna do a spell so he can fall in love with me, or I'm gonna do a spell because I need money and no. I'm one of those persons where I believe in doing rituals. A ritual is something that is for longevity, it's for things that are monumental. Whereas spells are going to be more person specific, a ritual is going to take care of a situation, is what it's going to do. But trust and believe whatever you put out in the universe will reciprocate back to you. So, with good intention, when I do my rituals, it's for protection of myself and my children inside the home as well as outside the home, for things to be favorable for us to not be without. That is what my focus is in regards to doing rituals. It's not to cause harm, injury, or danger to the next person. However, if danger presents, then I am asking that protective angels will shield us and protect us and guide us. So trust to know that. So Wiccan, witchcraft, hoodoo, voodoo is all in what you make it. If evil it shall be, then evil it will be. It's all in what you make it. So I'm on a website which is called Wicca now, Banishing Oil 101. So this is the person's account on, rituals. There's rituals that you can do, as she has indicated here. If you are getting over a bad relationship, if you're looking for abundance, you want abundance in your life, help with sleep, anxiety, home protection. That's basically what I do. I am asking for protection. I'm asking to keep negative spirits and entities away from this space that can cause detrimental physically harm or injury to me and my children, emotionally, mentally, physically. So that's basically what I do. So for those who may feel as though they have imminent threat or a real threat, banishing oil is going to be very conducive for that, particularly if you are dealing with an evil eye or someone that may have a spiritual attachment by way of an evil eye. And if you go back and look at my uh, YouTube presentation and my spiritual sense podcast, you will see where I speak about spiritual attachment and evil eye. Evil eye is when you are picking up on the negative influences of somebody that is being projected to you. And you would take note of when the desires of someone is to get you to move or to get you to do something that would be lucrative or beneficial to them, contrary to your own desires. That's what evil eye is. It's more extensive. I mean, it could be harm, it could be danger, or whatever the case may be. And you don't want to be someone that always jump when somebody gives you, you know, like kind of sort of like rolling their eyes or giving you the bad eye, or there may be jealousy, envy, strife, or what have you. You don't want to run from situations when you're faced with individuals that do not like you. That's, you don't want to fight every battle, but you don't want to run every time somebody gives you a snarl or strife. So it mentions that banishing oil is used when you want to remove negative energies from your life and keep them from coming back. So if you're looking to um, get those negative entities and forces out of your life, a banishing oil is going to be one thing that's going to be very potent and powerful with that. But I'm going to add also, for those who are out there that may be tuning in or even listening in, I'm going to add another element to this. Um, you can use onion or garlic to this as well. Now, to many individuals, they do not like the smell of garlic and don't like the smell of onion. Some people, such as myself, I like garlic. It was a time ago I couldn't stand it. I like garlic, I like onions. So to have a more effective banishing oil, I'm going to recommend that you put not only garlic or onion in this, but add you a little bit of lemon juice or perhaps a little wedge, small cut wedge of lemon to it as well. I promise you, it gives off a sensibility to certain individuals, and they will not bother you, and that is God's honest truth. So, it's to remove any energies that is impacting you emotionally, and mental well-being, which can in turn affect you physically. So it's a protection charm, removing any malevolent hexes or jinxes that someone else may have used against you. So there, she mentions that you can add chili or peppercorns to it. If you do, be aware that it may cause some type of skin irritations if you do use those things. So you got to be mindful as to, if the things that I'm using are beneficial. Okay, so here are the ingredients to making you some banishing oil. And what is so funny about it is I have not even read the website, and she mentioned a number of things that I have here. Now, ain't that ironic? Okay. 50 mLs of olive oil. I mean, if you don't have olive oil like myself, I got grapeseed oil, I have vitamin E oil, you can use avocado oil or vegetable oil if you prefer, whichever one that is not going to be irritating to the skin. Pine oil. She says pine oil draws luck and bring you back into balance. It provides protection and wards off malevolent visitors and energy. So get you some pine oil. I do have some stuff that has pine oil in it. So I can very well add that to this as well. But it's all to your liking. Cinnamon oil. Now I use cinnamon in my Florida floor wash. I have cinnamon in here. I have rise of bay leaf, cinnamon. I think I have thyme in here. I got hyssop, sage. I put some peppermint oil in it earlier, and I added a little bit of Florida water to it. And I want to say I also have you can get star anise. You can get it's a number of things you can add to it. You make it your own. So she says cinnamon oil boosts the magical ability in other herbs and plants. It provides protection from negative energy. Peppermint oil has healing powers and cause good spirits to aid in your spell work, also dispel negativity and bad energy. So I put some peppermint oil on, like this right here. I made this. I know it's probably been a year and a half, 2 years now. This is my own. I made this peppermint oil, and I just take it and put it on. Get back into some oils and herbs and stuff. It's really good for combating illnesses. It's bad with energies because you will begin to note, as I mentioned in a previous episode that I did recorded today, when I said oftentimes when you have things that gravitate to you, it's something that's going on with you internally. It could be spiritually, emotionally, physically, it's going on. So, peppermint oil, I have some here. I have peppermint extract that I'm going to be, add to this because I have the peppermint here, and it's by way of peppermint leaves, but I'm going to add peppermint extract to this to help with that fragrance. Because over time, you would notice how some of it, if you're using it for good to provide good smells, the smell would need to be enhanced over time. Rosemary oil. Now, I'm not too particularly, I don't care particularly for the actual fragrance of rosemary, but I do cook with rosemary, and I prefer rosemary that is fresh. So fresh rosemary is good in banishing negative energies. I take it, I will put it in a bag, hang it above a door. I will keep it in my pocket sometimes. Sometimes I may keep it in my purse. Rosemary oil dispels negative energies and provides protective and transformative energies. So it is very, very good. As I mentioned, I cook with rosemary. It's a good fragrance. Not fragrance, it's a good herb to have if you're wanting to make your banishing oil. Peppercorns. Peppercorns dispels malevolent intent and helps to free the mind from envious thoughts. So if you are, if you feel as though someone is presenting some negativity towards you, like they're trying to oversue or overtake you, peppercorn would be very good to add to your banishing oil. Lemon rind. Now, I just mentioned this about taking your wedge of lemon. I don't have any lemon, but what I will do is add some lemon juice to this and some garlic. Lemon removes blockages in your path, and it is a wonderful cleansing herb that negates negative energy. So trust and believe, you're gonna think this is pseudoscience, you're gonna think this is mind over matter, whatever you think is. If you are somebody that is feeling drained, who has a lot of negative forces, because as I mentioned, darkness, I tend to like it to be dark in order to have peace, but you cannot continue to live in darkness. You have to bring in clarity, you got to bring in life, fresh air. The sun radiates life, it radiates positivity, it gets your endorphins up to where you're feeling good about things, you're optimistic about things. So if you take a lemon, and I know most people may say, oh my gosh, a lemon? Yes. Take a lemon, cut it open, and put some salt on the lemon and proceed to lay it in a windowsill. You may lay it on your kitchen table. You may put it in a bowl and lay it on your coffee table or your desk or what have you. And see, want positivity reign in your life, good thoughts, happy spirits. you will have happy spirits that will gravitate to you just by way of lemon. Put lemon with some salt. You'll have some research out there that say it has to be kosher. It don't necessarily have to be kosher salt. Regular salt would do. Kosher salt may be best, but you can with regular salt because it's salt has what? Electrical pulses, ions by way of nature. A lot of the medications that you take that are beneficial to you is by way of salt. So salt is very, very what? Relevant and beneficial in our life. Garlic clove. So it mentions it provides strong protective energies while also expelling malevolent energies. Get you some garlic, just like in the movies where you see the vampire movies where they got the fangs and the blood is dripping down and they're coming at you and all of this other stuff. They try to bite you in your neck and things of the sort. That's God's way of giving you enlightenment that the garlic will combat whatever is coming against you negatively blood wise. Garlic has medicinal properties into it. And so if you begin to put the garlic in, it will help to alleviate a lot of those energies because you got to understand you have evil entities or evil spirits that could come by way of ailments, conditions, mental conditions, physical conditions. Chili cayenne pepper. It can be dried or powdered. It says chili and cayenne pepper breaks hexes and banishes unwanted energies. Now, this is something very, very, very good to know, beneficial to know. I actually have some cayenne pepper back in the cupboard somewhere.